what looks almost like some sort of polyhedral, but broken, like a shard of one. It has several flat edges that you can see, but the rest of it is kind of like broken. And at that, you hear the doors open up. Liberator, that is Cypher. And the reason you know that's Cypher is Cypher's a world-renowned supervillain. What we need to do is to find the other pieces of this object, because as we have already seen and very clearly demonstrated, it certainly has an effect. We know that there is at least a piece, something radiating the exact same type of signal in New York City. We cannot allow it to continue to exist. We do not know what the long-term effects are of exposure to this. And then a little further down the street, the only thing that seems to have any activity looks like a kind of a hole-in-the-wall sort of dive bar.
Let's go get a drink. And Cypher stands up and sort of goes and looks around to see if it's that bar. And he goes, let's go. So he starts walking with Crash to the bar.
We should get back to the other two, because you'll never believe this.
You have her full attention. Believe what?
Cypher's taken Crash into the bar.
Excuse me?
Yeah. We need to head back.
Meanwhile,
I asked. I knew. I just was. Oh, no,
meanwhile, arms behind his back, clank, 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 through the open door of this hole-in-the-wall dive bar. It's practically a hallway. You know what I mean? just a narrow bar, one dude behind it, people sitting at the bar, and it looks like there's a pool table in the back. That's it. Like this entire bar is 60, 70 feet by like 20. You know what I mean? Like it's not big. So you just kind of walk on in, and sure enough, there's a fair amount of people in there drinking. I need you to give me an insight or a perception. Crash, you can make an insight or a perception. Or if either one of you wants to make what I refer to as a no shit roll, which is you can roll one of your expertises or technology, and I will give you relevant information.
Okay. It will be perception for.
I will roll. My perception's really good, but I'm probably going to go for. I'll do technology because I just want to go for that side. I rolled a natural 19, so I got 27.
Okay.
17 again.
All right.
I like how Stefan's going through his dice. Like,
And that was a perception roll?
Yeah, perception.
Mine, his was perception.
Okay, and yours was technology. Okay.
Technology.
Yep. So Crash.
Yeah.
You know, Cypher walks in, and you look around. People very clearly notice you guys walk in because people kind of turn and look at you. But the weird thing is all of these people smell like that sort of weird sour smell that, truth be told, you really don't like. Generally because animals have an instinct not to eat fermented anything.
Yeah.
Generally, except for birds, because birds are crazy.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, it smells bad. And all these people smell like that sort of sour smell. They kind of look at you, whatnot. But you don't know why you came in here because no one's drinking water.
Yeah. There's no trough.
Yeah, there's no trough. You can hear.
I've been in some bars where there should have been, to be honest.
You can hear frozen water in some of the glasses. But no, that like, where's the water?
Where's the beef?
Cypher, you walk in, kind of look around, and this is a hole-in-the-wall dive bar. And what you do is you start looking around at people's phones and stuff like that. And you start realizing everyone has low to mid tier phones. No one's rocking the newest. Well, not only a couple people are rocking like newer phones, but these seem like people probably like lower kind of income, or at least people who don't care about that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Um, there's not nice devices. Um, this bar seems like a cheap bar. The TV is old. Um, the sound is kind of staticky. Um, None of the technology you're seeing in here is new. Like I say, maybe only 1, 2 people have a newer phone. And perhaps the most interesting thing is you don't see a card reader or anything like that. You don't think this is a place where, say, people are paying with their card. This might be a cash only bar. Another strange thing, because someone, you heard someone saying, like, oh, there's someone down here buying drinks, which means someone is throwing around a lot of cash. I mean, it's a cheap bar, so like the drinks aren't costing a lot, but there's probably 20, 25 guys in here. Not just guys, there's some women in here as well, but there's definitely, for the size of it, it's pretty packed. But you guys kind of walk on in. People are drinking, whatnot. And to their credit, a couple of them like looked at you guys, kind of, and kind of like try and tap people, like, and it's just Cypher standing in the doorway, hands behind his back, giant friggin' rhino man behind him. The bartender, kind of an extremely short, not like Danny DeVito short, but a short little dude, kind of behind the bar, like looks up at you guys and just kind of, he like goes back to pouring some drafts.
Cypher starts to walk straight towards the bar.
Crash will slowly follow, looking very nervous, trying not to touch anything.
People, despite being drunk, a great many of them, people instinctively know to get out of the way of the metal man and the giant rhino. Like no one's there like, hey, fuck you, buddy. No, like that doesn't seem to be the case.
Good.
Like,
Good.
They live in a world of superheroes. They know how this could go. Granted, no one goes, oh shit, that's Cypher, or no one goes, oh, that's that rhino from the other. Like you are not recognized individually, but they certainly say, hey, these guys we don't fuck with. Yeah, no, it's just drink. But yeah, you get making your way up to the bar.
Cypher looks at the bartender and goes, barkeep.
He just kind of wanders on over. And what's funny is he gets shorter, and then you hear, and then
he steps on a box.
Steps up. Yeah, well, what can I do for you, sir?
That's respectable. Obviously, we were invited here. Someone told us about someone having a celebration. And obviously, my very large friend here does like a good drink. And so do I.
I don't know if we have any glasses large enough to make that guy feel quenched, as it were. But we listen. All I know is Jimmy's buying all the drinks tonight. I don't know what's up, but he very clearly has I don't know, hit the jackpot. Like I don't know.
And is Jimmy normally one to hit the jackpot?
Jimmy's normally the one bumming the drinks. You don't make a lot of money being a fisherman.
Oh. Fisherman.
Yeah. Most of these guys work down at the docks in one way or another.
Well, see if you can find maybe, I would say, a clean mop bucket for my friend here. That might do to fill him a little bit. And I'll go have a quick word with Jimmy and
He looks at you.
congratulate him myself.
He looks at you. He goes, "Mop bucket. You think any of these guys are worth cleaning the floor for?" He's like,
He sort of looks around.
I'll get the big guy a drink of whatever we have in lodge.
I'll be very much appreciative of that. And he starts to walk off towards Jimmy.
Give me an insight roll there, Cypher.
20.
Okay, Crash.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that, and you see Cypher kind of
walk off, and he's like,
well, he kind of turns and he starts kind of scanning, like he's very clearly going. It's like he's going, Jimmy. There he is, and like his movement is just kind of looks, and then he starts making his direct way. So you kind of start following him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you hear a big guy.
Yeah, me, yeah.
And he hands you this absolutely giant metal, like a stein, basically, or at least once upon a time it was. Now it's just a metal can with a handle. Like it has long since lost any sort of kind of decorative niceness to it. He goes, "The man said, get you a drink. Here's a drink. There you go."
Oh. What is it?
Oh, it smells horrible. It's like Jenny Light. Jenny Cream Ale.
Oh God. Poor Crash.
Thanks. And he turns and follows Cypher.
Just walking with your mug.
Right. And he's like, he leans over to Cypher and he says, "Am I supposed to drink? You actually expect me to drink this? It's not water."
And Cypher sort of, without looking at him, goes, "It's to keep up appearances, big guy."
Oh.
And he keeps walking.
So I don't have to drink it.
Not if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
That's fine then.
So he just walks with it. He's okay. Now he understands. He feels more confident. He smiles.
There we go.
All right.
I gotta draw that.
So the two of you kind of sit down outside the bar. I need Halo and Liberator to give me an insight roll, perception roll, or if you want, you can give me a no shit roll.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm not going to use an expertise because it doesn't make any sense in this.
Whenever I say no shit, you, it's a challenge to me. You roll it, I'll come up with something for it.
Actually, yeah, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Expertise streetwise.
Perfect.
That's going to be a 20, dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Can we see in the bar?
Nasty.
Yes.
Nasty.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Can I see the barkeeper?
Yes.
Can I scan him instead of making a roll?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
All right. I'll get to you in a sec.
Yeah, that's fine. So Haley gets her
Liberator.
information. She doesn't pay attention.
You look on in, and this isn't a criminal bar. I mean, some of these guys are rough and tumble. These are all working men. you don't know this specific bar, but you know bars like it.
Hmm.
Given how close you are to the water, these are probably dock workers, fishermen, stuff like that. People who make their living by the water or on the water. So you're kind of looking around. And it's a dive bar. It's run down. Like none of the tech. Like this is a cheap place to drink, and someone is throwing around money.
Hmm.
Okay. And given how people are drinking, that doesn't seem like a thing that happens all the time. Matter of fact, the barkeep is like he's clearly emptied a couple bottles of mid-shelf liquor because he doesn't have any top shelf. Let's be real. So people are drinking, and you can see like the tip jar, which is just like a big plastic sort of like a one of those tubs you get like cheese balls in. It's just like a it's just rammed full of cash. Just rammed full of cash. Someone is spending money. And the funny thing is, it's all 20s. Like someone is throwing hundreds of dollars around.
So with that, I'll turn to Halo and I'll say, I have a feeling I know why they went inside. Look at the surroundings. This isn't the sort of place for that sort of action.
Okay.
There's something going on. I do believe they're safe, though. We can wait out here.
She kind of turns and looks at the bartender. And his mind is readily available. He clearly doesn't want to mess with Cypher or Crash. He's hopeful that no one starts anything. This isn't like I've been in this nonsense before. This is I'm not insured if they break this place. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But he knows that somebody showed up you can see someone showed up in a black BMW. A kid, shaved head, skinny kid. Got out, came walking on in, made his way up to who you presume is Jimmy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talked to him a little bit, reached into his jacket and handed him something. After that, Jimmy started paying in cash for everything. The guy turned around, walked out, got into the car, and as he was getting in, he clearly talked to someone else that was in the car, and he drove away.
Just to be clear, this happened outside the bar. Like the barkeep saw this happen.
Yeah, he saw the guy come into the bar.
Into the bar. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he parked, got out,
came all the way in. Okay.
Came in, went to Jimmy, and talked to him, handed him something. Your guess is a stack of cash.
Yeah.
And then walked on out. Easy peasy. The entire thing was not even 5 minutes long.
Is the guy that I would assume is Jimmy, is that who I see Cypher heading towards?
Yep.
Okay. I just nod at what Liberator says, and I look at you, Liberator, and she looks back in the window and goes, for whatever reason, Jimmy got cash. It just happened. Black BMW, at least two people in it, but I didn't see any exchange from Jimmy's end. They just gave him what I would assume is a wad of cash, but people don't do that for nothing.
I'll get onto the communicator and just go, Cypher?
You're walking towards him, and then you hear kind of like in your built-in comm system, Liberator kind of talking at you.
So, yes, Liberator?
Okay. I'm assuming you went in there for a reason, so I'm not going to question that. However, we've now discovered that someone from outside came in, handed Jimmy, I believe was the name.
Halo nods.
Yeah, that's
Something
what I'm walking up to.
which we can presume is a load of cash. Now, we can only presume that was either for the sale of something or for some services rendered, or, more worrying, was to get Jimmy to populate this bar. So be on high alert.
Well, we'll find out one way or another, won't we?
Remember, we are not harming them unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily. Such a funny.
Crash,
And he keeps walking.
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Oh, I forgot I had these. I'm okay. I'm keeping up appearances. He
Good.
says out loud.
Okay, good. Just so you're aware, Halo and I are outside. We can provide interference.
Why do people drink this? I don't understand. It smells terrible.
That's a loaded answer.
So, Cypher, you get up to Jimmy. Jimmy is a thinner guy, not like super thin, but he's wiry, you know. And his skin is leather tanned. Like he clearly spends a lot of time in the sun. And he looks like someone who probably works, you know. But he's in his t-shirt right now that's a little bit stained, probably from some of the stuff he's drinking. He's got kind of like a very, very thin, balding, kind of black hair. He's probably only in his like early 30s, you know what I mean? But he's there, and he has got a like just a wad of 20s in front of him, and he's just laughing. There's guys around him, whatnot. He's got like 2 pitchers. There's a line of empty shot glasses. Like, he's clearly living it up. You get making your way up towards him, to which he actually notices you. He's like, hey, metal guy, you want a drink? You drinking? What do you want? I'm buying. What do you want?
I would have punched
That's
him.
why I was coming over, Jimmy, to congratulate you.
Yeah. You know, I figured, you know, I'd eventually, you know, my ticket would come in. I knew it. I knew it. I'd eventually make it. What do you want? Whatever you want, I'll buy. What do you want? Do you?
I've already spoken to the bartender. He's dealing with that.
All right. What about what is he? A hippopotamus? Which ones are the ones with the horns? It's a rhino, Jimmy. It's a rhino. I know it's a rhino. My little girl colors pictures of rhinos all the time. It's a rhino.
He is correct, by the way. It is a rhino.
Yeah. So he puts his hand on your shoulder.
Ooh.
So what can I do for you, metal guy? Oh man, this is is it comfortable in there? Like, this is very nice.
He sort of looks at your shoulder, looks at the hand, and goes, "Let me shake your hand and congratulate you for hitting the jackpot." And as he grips, he holds and just pulls him close and goes, "But it is interesting how some people hit the jackpot, isn't it? And maybe finding something is all it takes sometimes."
Give me an intimidation roll.
Sorry, what?
I've got Crash behind me. Come
So
on.
would because obviously Liberator would Liberator be able to listen in on this?
Oh yeah. Give me a perception roll, only because of the amount of people in there.
Also, just off the side, can I
Yeah,
still
20
hear the humming?
It's dimmed substantially.
All right.
26 on the perception. So.
Yeah, you can. What'd you get?
I got a dirty 20.
All right.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Roll crash advantage.
Crash, give me an insight roll real quick.
Ooh, that's good.
He's just there holding his thing.
I'm happy.
He's fitting in.
Oh,
He's keeping up
Keeping
appearances.
Keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
So you pull the guy in, and you haven't redirected your power to like servos. You haven't entered like the personal combat mode, right?
Not especially, no.
Okay, so it's just your regular sort of strength. So you're like, so he pulls in, and he's a stronger guy, but he's drunk and he's not trying to start a fight or anything like that. But he kind of gets pulled in. He's like, and he looks at the hand, looks at you. He's like, listen. I'm not trying to start anything. I didn't even do anything. I just told Scargano what he wanted to know.
Who's Scargano?
Scargano, he's the old Scargano's son, like Tony. Tony, he's a junior. His dad's his dad was a made man. Like he's dead now, everything. But his son came in and wanted to know some. He asked me some questions real quick. He offered me some money. He hit bing bang boom. Like I ain't trying. I didn't even do anything. I didn't do anything.
Don't worry, Jimmy. Don't worry. We're not here to start any trouble at all. I'm only searching for what looks like a weird rock.
He kind of looks around. He's like, yeah, you and the Scargano kid too. It's like, listen, I already got paid. I don't want to cause any problems. I don't like, he's a Scargano. If I say anything, he's, he might come back here.
do we hear
Have
this
you
over the
seen-
earbuds? Or no?
Probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
I doubt Cypher is in the mode of transmitting.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. He sort of looks at him, and you see this sort of dark glow start to emit from his eyes as he looks and goes, "Do you see who's behind me right now?"
Yeah, big fucking rhino guy.
Unicorn.
What has this Scargano guy got that makes you more terrified than the man standing behind me?
Fair play. He asked if I had fished anything up. I told him we fished up this weird rock in our nets. Jesus, it was like a month ago after the spaceship came down out in the West Coast. Like the spaceship came down, the glowing dude came out, whatever. It's out in the West Coast, but we fished some out. We figured maybe it was like a piece of that ship or something like that. And O'Reilly was like, he wanted to keep it and he wanted to talk to people. I told him we should like sell it, and he said it was fucking his, and that we'd get a piece of whatever he sold it for. I was like, no, we all fished it up. It should be split even. And then he fucking let me go. He said, like, don't come back from my ship tomorrow. So
Where is it now?
It's probably on O'Reilly's Revenge, the boat. His wife never wanted him to buy a boat. When they got divorced, he went and bought a boat.
And very quietly, Cypher sort of leans in a bit more and goes, "I'll make it look like I threatened you."
You're not?
And his suit starts to power up more as you hear a humming come from his wrist. And
Hey, Cypher? Everything
Yeah,
all right?
Halo gets a little
points.
antsy. Like,
He's like,
he points and shoots directly at the floor in between his legs with his laser.
All right. So
And then obviously he does that while silently, like quietly saying to him, "At least you can say, I threatened you with violence." And then he will turn around and wants to walk off.
all right. So you guys watch. He's shaking this guy's hand, and then there's like this beam that comes out from his wrist. Of what color laser were we saying?
We're going for like a deep green,
Deep green,
like a
like a
dark
dark.
green.
Okay, like one of the like a green black almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so laser hits the floor. People scatter immediately, and Cypher just like lets go of the guy, who kind of like stumbles back a little bit. People back
And
the
then
fuck up, and no one tries to
Cypher
run or anything
turns
like
and
that.
just starts to walk towards the door.
On character. Never mind.
He Crash puts the stein on a table that's not overturned. It says, "Sorry," and then he walks out.
As he's walking past the bar, he turns to the bartender, and Cypher looks and just goes, "Put it on Jimmy's tab," and he continues to walk out the bar.
The guy has clearly hopped off his stool, so he like you just see him like from like here. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah. You're muted.
Me?
No,
John.
That's probably why. So I was saying that while Cypher's coming out, I'll turn to Halo and just say, when you heard that humming again, was it anywhere near the docks?
Was it?
It was out by the water.
Yeah, that area roughly.
Okay. So we've got. He managed to get a name, the name of a ship.
Cypher just kind of walks past Crash, who's just like standing there, and everyone is backed as far away as they can, because remember, this is a small place, and everyone's just like there's no screams like ah. Everyone's like, oh shit.
Crash he walks out, but he'll leave the mug and then walk out.
As Cypher reaches the door, and obviously Liberator and Halo are outside, he goes, "So, a boat?"
Yeah,
That's what
I
we
heard.
said.
Shall we go?
Yeah. That's where Halo also heard that humming noise. So I think putting two and two together, that's where we need to go.
Halo, you hear it get clear as a bell for a second and then dim back down.
We should hurry. I
Where?
can't pinpoint it, but it's doing things.
Explain, define things like what?
Like getting real loud out of nowhere, then going silent. Like it's reacting to something is what it sounds like.
Did it just get loud now?
Yeah.
When I said about you hearing the thing?
Just about. Do I hear it again, Connell? What's the name of the boat?
Riley's Revenge.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
All right, well then, and she stops and looks up at Crash like, "Can you swim?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Cypher,
Can't breathe water, but I
Yes.
can swim.
how do you what's your transportation?
And he sort of looks at you, looks at his suit, and goes, "This is the transportation."
Do you fly? Do you walk? Do you run? Do you
I'll meet you
transform
there.
into a bike?
His suit starts to transfer power to movement systems.
So
And you see his legs start to whir up and start to glow that dark green, almost black glow, flooding from his like knees, hips, and everything. And he turns and looks, goes, "Which way's the dock?"
all right. Now hold on a second. Real quick.
Halo says nothing. Just looks Liberator. Like,
All right. Cypher. Give me a expertise business. Crash,
Yep.
give me an expertise magic.
Ooh,
Fancy.
that's all I got.
Liberator, give me an expertise streetwise.
Ooh.
Halo, give me a
Fucking hell.
perception.
I got another natural one. It's
Jeez.
3. It's 3
Ooh.
tonight.
3 today.
Ooh, I got dirty 20.
21.
Dirty 20.
Dirty.
20.
It's a filthy 20. Dripping with just nasty.
All right. What'd you get, Cypher?
24 business.
Dripping.
You very quickly
Good
you
winner,
very
bad one.
quickly
Sorry.
like do a quick sort of like internet
13.
search, right? Being like like in your suit while you're redirecting stuff, trying to think of like, okay, where are the docks that bring stuff in? Because that's not where you want to go. You don't want to go to like warehouse. You want to go towards like where the fishermen and everything like that are. Like, so you quickly weed things out, and you are fairly certain based on where you are, plus where these guys probably mostly come from. You ascertain the docks in question that you're fairly certain you want to go to.
Yeah.
Halo, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
With now
Dirty.
knowing, you know, you're looking for docks and knowing the fishing boat, you kind of look back out a little bit towards the docks that you had been kind of flying over, and you're fairly certain you know roughly where to go. Kind of like now it's like when you know where the sound is coming from, you can go and kind of find it. Right? So you're kind of you're like, okay, that's it. Cypher, you're just gonna tear off.
I will turn, and basically you see that power start, and then all of a sudden the pavement slightly buckles as he pushes down and leaps in the direction.
Oh, jumper. Nice.
Not even just that. He leaps like he hauls. And just leaps, runs like fast. Just
Cool.
Halo watches this and just goes, yeah, solid plan. Good thinking.
Crash. You're like,
I got a tasty 21.
Yeah, you see him get like kind of running off, whatnot, and you take a step, and you feel something you weren't expecting. Like, and you feel a strange sense of peace. The sort of peace that you got back home, the sort of peace of like when you're out in like the untouched wilderness, or when you're out like when you're someplace where the spirit world is close to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're here in the city, and you feel as if there was suddenly a strong sort of spirit sort of presence, and it's not hostile. It's not like, you know, it almost seems kind of like protective in a way. Like in it's very, very strange to you, Crash, because you've never felt the spirit world kind of be so close, certainly not in the city. And you suddenly feel probably the most close to arguably your home that you felt since taking this form.
I got the glow. Let's go.
I just look at Liberator like,
Okay, so that's going to be Crash's t-shirt.
yep, I got the glow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Now Halo's gonna fly. Are you going to let Crash run his way there? Because I don't know if you knew this, Crash takes the direct route.
Yeah.
Crash, do you want to lift?
Sure. Let's go.
All right.
All right, I will take Crash.
How quickly are you trying to get there, Liberator?
Not necessarily as, Cypher's eager. That's fine. We're not going to dawdle, but at the same time, I don't want to put Crash in any danger.
Okay.
Can I try and stealth it?
Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Just like so I'm not like, hey, ta-da, here we are at the docks, Find a dark corner to sit in. 25.
Okay. And give me a insight roll real quick, Halo. Cypher's already gone. Crash is getting picked up.
26.
Okay. So, have you ever given directions to someone and then they immediately go the wrong way?
Uh-huh.
Liberator with his nat 1.
Oh, fuck.
Like, he picks up Crash and he's like, you know the exact docks they're talking about.
Yeah.
Whoop.
No.
And he just whoop. Like, he's not super fast. He doesn't go off super fast, but you go 500 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, that's a full speed.
So going like 100, dilly-dally speed for you.
Yeah, I'm ambling.
Halo just do it. And for a brief minute, she debates just letting you go. And she shakes her head and goes like to her earpiece, goes, Liberator. Wrong docks.
Shit. Okay. All right, turning around now. Hang on there, buddy.
Whee!
Flying rhino.
Right.
That's our team move. The flying rhino.
The flying
flying
rhino.
rhino.
Just chucks Crash at somebody.
So Halo, you just go, and you actually, to kind of go stealthy, you go out and you hug as close to the water as you can, to the point where every now and again the chakram are cutting through like little waves.
That's cool.
So you're going, after a brief detour, Liberator and Crash are going. Cypher, you are. You are there.
As he gets closer to the docks, what he's going to do is he's going to start taking rooftops, and he's going to just sort of angle himself if there's any nearby warehouses or something like that. He's going to be on one of them, so overlooking the water and just sort of looking around and waiting for the others to catch up.
Give me a perception roll there.
22.
So you're looking around, and sure enough, you see like these sort of fishing docks, which mostly like private. These aren't big corporate ones, So it's mostly private fishermen boats, fishing boats, docks, whatnot. Various sort of like almost like storage units that people could, like probably like store things on ice, whatnot. There's a big warehouse, right? A big warehouse, which you imagine is probably the fish market, you would guess. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people come in, sell it right off the boat to vendors, to sell it to like restaurants and things like. Who am I talking to? So go and get a bunch of fresh stuff at the market. But it's late day. People don't fish late day, generally speaking. You know what I mean? Like, which explains why everyone was back. What you do notice immediately out of friggin' place is a black BMW. Brand new, gorgeous BMW, tinted windows, parked next to that warehouse. There's a single person leaning against the vehicle, with like a red hoodie, just kind of sitting there like looking around.
We'll get on his communicator, and he'll try and contact Halo.
Okay.
and he will all of a sudden come through and be like, "I'm there. There's someone here in a black BMW. Mean anything?"
Might be the one I saw. The one that gave Jimmy cash.
Well, I'll wait for you guys, and we can decide what to do from there. As he sort of surveys and starts using his sensors to try and look over the scene.
All right. So, you guys are flying out. Halo, are you trying to put down where Cypher is? You trying to go someplace else?
No, if there's any way with that stealth roll that, like, if Cypher's up on a roof, if I can get, like, the other side, even if it's, like, I'm, like, by the water if I have to be, just someplace, like...
Like, you're trying to get far, like, opposite of him?
Yeah, so, like, he's got one angle, I have the other.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So you kind of zip kind of past the boats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of set yourself on the other side of these docks. You kind of float, and you kind of float on up and kind of sit down quietly on top of one of the these kind of storage units, and you kind of hunker down. Give me a perception roll, an insight roll, or if you prefer, a will save.
I would love to do a will save. I do have a quick question though. Can I do the Serenity trick where if I have broadcasting on, I can broadcast what I'm seeing when I scan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not using that right now. I just want to know if I can do it. 24.
24. Okay. And that was for the will?
Yeah.
You can hear it. You can hear it as clearly as you did in the room. It's close. It's really close. However, it keeps
surging.
And each time it surges, it's like it keeps building. Even when it dips back down, it doesn't dip all the way back down. And you briefly feel something or someone drift by your mind.
No, I don't.
You're like,
no.
Halo, real quick, give me an expertise alien roll.
Not one of my strong suits. 10.
Yeah, you're trying to make sense of what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, and then like I say, you're like you could definitely feel something kind of brush briefly past your mind.
Very quietly, real quick. You're like, guys, it's definitely here, and I don't know if it's powering up or what, but it keeps surging.
Now, Liberator, are you heading towards where Cypher is?
So on the comms, I just want to, after Halo says that, it's like, Halo, have you got an exact location yet?
Do I got like?
What, a precise location?
Yeah, like, do I think it's in the car? Do I think it's like in the warehouse?
You think it's in the warehouse.
Okay.
You think it's still vaguely muffled.
Power deduction, probably the warehouse.
Okay, that's not enough to go on. Yeah, I'll go to where Cypher is.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I use my my sensors, my infravision, to look through? Obviously, because it's going to be metal plate and warehouse, and I'm going to look down and start scanning through to see if I can find any heat signatures or anything in there.
Give me just a sec. So, Liberator, were you putting down? I can't remember. Like, I was
with Cypher. I had an idea, but I'm going to hold on until we know.
So you sit down, because you also have Crash as part of my...
Yeah.
Crash,
Yeah.
give me a perception roll. I need
Ooh.
a perception roll, an insight roll, or you can give me a no shit roll, which is technology or an expertise for Cypher and Liberator.
Yeah, I'm gonna go technology because I haven't used that yet.
Okay. Crash, what'd you get?
30.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
I rolled a 17. And then add my
I'm an
plus 13.
perception of 17 myself.
I
Okay.
got a technology of 22.
All right. So, Cypher, you're looking at, like, you're on the rooftop. You're not on the rooftop of the warehouse because obviously you didn't go in all the way, but you can see it. And you can see the BMW. There's no one else in the BMW, right? It's just the person in the hoodie who is running very warm, like dangerously warm. Okay. And you're kind of like, okay, that person's probably running a fever of like 102, 103, easy. Okay, you're like, okay. And then you look over towards the warehouse and you see one of the doors are open in a weird, there's like a weird sort of haze, like a cooler haze, kind of almost obscuring the view of what would normally be an open door. Right? So you're kind of like, what? Like, you can't really make sense of it. Kind of look around. You're not sensing anyone else at first. You're like, but you do see someone kind of walking down the docks closest to the boats. They kind of, as they go from like row of kind of like storage units to row of storage units, you see them, then you don't see them, as their view gets obstructed. But there's definitely the person running hot by the BMW. There's someone walking kind of further closest to the water. And there's a weird effect happening at the open doorway to the warehouse. You got a 22 technology.
Yeah.
Liberator. Looking around, this isn't a place that's going to say have much in the way of security cameras. The warehouse probably has them. You know what I mean? But generally the warehouse isn't going to be storing a lot of valuable things. So it's not a massive priority. That said, you can't imagine that door, the one door that was open, was opened with a key. You know what I mean? And it's like a garage style door. You know what I mean? So you're looking at that, and you kind of, you're trying to think about like where this thing could be. Where would you put this thing? It's strange to you that it would be in the warehouse and not on the boat. But you did overhear that, there was the debate between Jimmy and the guy who found it, O'Reilly. So maybe he didn't keep it on his boat specifically so Jimmy wouldn't try and steal it. Maybe there's lockers, or maybe he has a stall inside that he rents. So that could check out. Maybe he has a safe at his stall, or something. Okay. Crash.
Yeah.
You kind of put down, and you're like, that spiritual presence is really strong, and you're like, and you feel almost like there's another spiritual entity, like one of the first you've encountered. The last one you almost encountered was the plant guy. Felt kind of similar, but this feels like someone very clearly in tune with the spirit side or a spirit themselves. And you're kind of like, oh. And then you hear it more than you see it because you can't see that far out.
No.
But there is the person making their way down the docks jingles a little, and they are very clearly the source of that kind of comforting, protective, spiritual presence. And the weird thing is to you, they feel kind of like the they have that same sort of serene sense of like a natural place. It's very, very strange because again, you're in the city, like in a warehouse lot, you know what I mean? So it's very, very strange. But that entity over there very clearly is either a spirit or heavily spiritually connected, without a doubt.
Guys.
Yeah.
Can you see a person on the dock? Because he's squinting. He's like aiming. He's squinting.
Yeah, there's a guy walking.
Yes.
That's the that's something. That's something very connected. Very
Liberator.
Yeah.
You kind of turn and look. Are you looking that way too, Cypher?
Yeah, because he's trying to scan now that he knows that he picked up someone on the infrared. Yeah.
Give me just a second.
That guy's got the glow too.
He's got the glow. He's got the glow.
Can you see her?
That lady's got the glow too.
That is the girl at the BMW.
Right.
Nice.
That is the dude walking down the dock with a manhole cover strapped on his back.
That guy's got the glow. That's the one.
Yep.
That guy's got the glow.
Okay. Hello, what's your location?
I'm trying to figure out where to describe where I am without like like I'm right here. I just can I see the guy walking by the storage units? 'Cause that's where I am,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, you're on the other end, but you
Okay,
can
okay.
yeah, you can see him.
Okay. I'm up on the storage units across the way.
He's a big. He's not like Crash big, but he's probably like 6'5", 6'6".
So,
Like he's a big, burly, homeless looking dude with a freaking manhole cover on
Those
his
things are
back.
not
so you see the guy with the manhole cover?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, according to Crash, he's got the glow.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be either really good or really bad, depending on.
Right now, I'm leaning towards bad.
Oh no, I think he's good.
And just to let you know, that warehouse, there's something emanating from it. And the person by that car is...
Cypher. You're like, the person by that warehouse. You see... very briefly...
Is he pointing to the warehouse that I said I thought it was in?
That guy. He is literally there at the warehouse. Then he's gone. Like, you literally see him. He's like... and he looks around. And then he flat out disappears.
I think I found the captain maybe of Riley's Revenge, or the guy that's looking for what was on there. He's in that warehouse.
Okay. All right, so we've got one individual potentially powered.
Liberator, you hear it.
It's definitely here. I can hear it now. Can
Yeah, you
I
think?
try make that out?
Some alien language you don't know.
Can
Okay.
I, since I've already scanned it before, can I do that again even though I can't see it? Like try and basically try to broadcast with it?
You want to try and connect to the network?
Oh, fuck, no, but yeah. Just to see if I can get a sense of where it is exactly, yeah.
Make me a will save.
Cross our fingers, guys!
Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
that's not bad. That's not bad. It's 17.
Crash.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
What are you
enough.
doing, buddy?
I'm waiting for them to tell me what to do.
Smash!
Should I go in? Should I go in?
Hold.
Okay.
Liberator, what are you doing?
I'm thinking. I'm just trying to, because obviously we've got the guy on the thing. He's the one that's got the glow. Cypher never finished saying about the woman.
Yep.
Next to the beamer, so I don't know anything about her. So I'm just presuming that's a normal person.
So, you go to connect with it, right? You're kind of focusing in. Crash, you're just waiting to be kind of told what to do.
Yep.
Liberator's telling you not yet. Liberator, you're kind of just assessing the situation, right?
Yep.
Cypher, what are you doing?
Cypher is keeping an eye on these people, like infravision, just seeing if there's any change or any movement from them.
Can I say something?
Yes.
As far as Crash's motivation here, I imagine he was a herd protector, and so this gentleman who resonates with, he's kind of viewing him as part of his herd. So he's keeping an eye on that. So if something bad happens to him, he's going to go and try to help him.
Okay. So he definitely resonates. He is resonating with the strongest spiritual energy you have encountered since you took this one.
Okay.
The plant guy registered a certain amount, as you recall, but he wasn't right. There's something wrong with him. Root rot, I guess we could call it.
Yeah.
But Cypher, what are you doing again? I'm sorry.
I'm just monitoring
monitoring
the
them. Okay.
lady.
Okay.
Checking.
So Halo, kind of like close your eyes and you're trying to find it. And you kind of look, you keep hearing it kind of thrum. And you're like, and then you hear, I'm gonna find it. I don't care how long I gotta look, I'm gonna find it. Are you here? No? Okay. Are you here? No. Okay. And he goes, are you here? Are you here? And you're like, and every time he says, are you here? Are you here? It peaks a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You try to, you're trying to connect to it. And what you think is happening roughly is you think it's you're hearing the scanner, you're not talking to it. Okay. So yeah.
So just to be clear, like I am hearing it respond to someone looking for it.
Correct. Exactly correct.
Is it in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Over the comms, I'll just be very quietly. Is the guy near me yet? Is he on the other side still? I don't want to just be talking and like.
No, he is just sauntering.
Okay.
He almost like he's just kind of going for a stroll.
Try and be situationally aware here. Overcomes. It is definitely in the warehouse and someone's looking for it.
Okay. Crash.
Yeah.
You said this guy's got the glow, similar to the trees.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he seems like he's part of my herd, so.
Okay. I'll give you a
Cypher.
chance. I'll give you a chance to resolve this amicably. You happy
Cypher.
with that?
Yeah. Resolve what? What needs to be resolved?
We're going to go down there and speak to him. You're going to go down there and speak to him.
Oh, but the thing's in the warehouse.
Then we need to get past him to get into the warehouse.
He is fairly far away from the. He's by the water. The warehouse is closer in. He is technically not between
Right.
you guys in the warehouse.
Okay. I have another plan for that then, Crash.
Okay. What's that?
I was thinking about throwing you through a wall.
I could just go through the door. I don't
Ah!
need to break stuff. I mean, I could break the car.
Cypher.
Hmm.
The guy in the cabbie hat, right, is on
Yeah.
top of one of the storage units. No, he's not.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, no.
Fuck that.
Oh, no.
And he
Like,
sort of
literally,
stops
he's
and
there.
goes- he sort of stops, puts his hand up, and just goes, "Is anyone else seeing the man appear and disappear at will?"
No.
No, but that's concerning. We need to move now.
Okay. Warehouse?
Yeah.
Whoop.
All right.
Can I stay connected to it just in case?
Yeah.
Okay. That will be my
Okay.
broadcast. Yeah.
And then on the comms it'll be, okay, Halo, we're moving in. We've got superpowered individuals. We can't risk this. We've got to move in, grab, and move.
Halo. Who the fuck is Halo? You're connected. The person's hearing it too.
I disconnect.
All right.
You need to go fast.
So, what I need from everyone, just for the sake of order, is we're gonna do a little thing called initiative. Atlas, can you keep track of it for me?
Mhm.
Okay. While we're getting ready to roll initiative, Couch.
Mhm.
Now, if you look at your character sheet under your weapon systems, right, or your
Yeah.
offensive systems, whatever I wrote it down as,
Yep.
you can only have one of those active at a time. All your other powers are pretty much active all the time, right?
Mhm.
But like, you can have your laser active, or you can have your, like, I think you have like mini missiles or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But you can have like one of those things active at a time. Okay. It's a free action to switch, but you can only switch once around. So you could, in theory, go zap, switch to, like your taser or whatever. Okay. But once you make that switch, that's what you're locked into till your next turn, when you can do it again.
Switch
The
out.
reason this is important, if you switch to the personal combat mode or whatever it is, the melee combat mode, where it increases your strength and makes you punchy, right?
Yeah.
You have that strength for as long as it's active, but you don't have access to the other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, that's where it gets kind of complicated, because that's technically called an array, which means you have all of those powers, one of them at a time. But if something knocks out your weapon systems, you lose all of them.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Crash.
Yeah.
What's your initiative?
6.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Okay. Liberator, what's your initiative?
10.
Oh, we're doing good. Couch.
22.
Right.
We're all gonna gonna die. All right, Connell, what you got?
Okay, give me just a second.
What's your
Okay,
tattoo, Couch? Oh, okay. Very cool.
all right, Atlas.
Mhm.
D, the letter D,
Yep.
goes on 10.
Okay.
F goes on natural 20.
Of course.
P goes on 26.
Fuck you.
R goes on 30.
We are all dead. Just so y'all know, we're all dead.
U, as in the letter U,
Mm-hmm.
goes on 8.
Oh, okay. Give me 2 hot seconds to roll this out.
Yep. I got some coffee.
It sounds really good right now.
Had 2 pints of coffee earlier today.
Jeez.
Nice. That's pints. It's like a quart.
568 milliliters.
That's
Right.
math, y'all. I ain't got time for that.
That is the appropriate amount of coffee.
Yeah. That's probably like what? 250 milligrams of caffeine. 250 milligrams of caffeine.
All right, lineup is done. Do you want me to put it in the chat, or you just want me to fire off?
You can just tell me.
Okay, F.
Okay. So you say to go in, Crash goes to jump off the roof and start making his way towards the warehouse, right? The woman leaning against the car kind of turns and like looks as Crash kind of lands. I will say not so much Halo, she's busy. Crash, Liberator, and Cypher give me perception rolls.
25.
28.
Dirty 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Dirty.
She kind of
Filthy.
turns and looks, and Liberator, she smiles,
Well, fuck.
cracks her neck, and she opens up her eyes, and you swear you watch her eyes like dilate to super big. And she starts charging towards Crash.
Yes.
Cypher, you watch, she starts getting much, much warmer, and you can practically see her pulse with her super fast heartbeat. As she's like, her temperature kind of spikes up. She goes and just gets charging directly towards Crash. Crash, you're like, and you're like, oh, I sense danger. Danger is coming my way.